Yo, what is up everyone? Welcome back to a brand new video here on the channel. So hope you guys are all having an amazing day today. So I wanted to mention something really quickly. For those who don't know, I started a new team called Imperium. If you're interested in joining, I'm looking for level 100 plus and Sapphire plus, but the goal for this team is to get up to high platinum pretty quickly, and I think with the amount of people that have said they're interested, including a level 360, which I'm really stoked about, who are all coming after the event, I think we can get up to high platinum pretty quickly. So again, around level 100 and have to have Sapphire Dragons. Otherwise, it's going to be difficult to compete in Sapphire tier, in Sapphire League, which is my final destination for this team, until we're ready for Diamond. So yeah, just a heads up, Imperium, I am currently leader here. And yeah, again, we're just waiting for the event to end because most people want to wait because of the prices. Okay, so let's talk about Sapphire tier. I think probably the most highly debated topic in the entire game is Sapphire tier, and what dragons should you use, which dragon should you get, why is this, why is that. I get quite a few emails about it. So I just want to go over and do a just basically review of all of Sapphire, and I want to explain my opinions on every single dragon, okay? And we're going to start with one of the ones that I actually don't have. The only one I don't have, and that is Scorch. Now, Scorch has Seething Spark, Heat Shield, Arch Resist, Lightning Resist. Basically, he's a complete tank. You get that health back with the Heat Shield, and you get the shield up, so I think it reduces damage taken by 70%, which is very, very nice. 2 Rage, Blue Spell. Then you have decent resist. I mean, Lightning Resist is definitely very nice because around my level, it's definitely not like a Dark Flacker Ice resist because everybody has those on their bases, but some bases around my level do have it, and around the tier or the level you'll get Sapphire Dragons, you'll definitely still see Lightning Towers. So it really does help him tank a lot. Now, in terms of usage, I would say I never really saw this guy being used in Wars. He just doesn't have the really insane damage spells, or, there's certain spells like Spell Flux which are white. He doesn't have any white spells, which really is unfortunate. But he does have this little boost of damage when blue mages aren't present, so maybe if a setup attacker sets up the base, but it has to be low, because again, with Defender spamming repairs, it's very, very difficult to kill stuff with Hunters and with Sorcerers. That's why Hunters excel in Wars. So yeah, overall, I would rate him probably about at 6. He's a decent dragon, but in terms of usability, he's definitely not up there. There's definitely a lot more useful dragons in this tier besides Scorch. But he is kind of fun to fly, and I know some people who enjoy flying. Now let's talk about Itaru. Now this guy, in my mind, I would think he's pretty freaking strong. He has Spell Flux, which is again a very strong spell. You have white. Then you have, not saying, I'm not gonna, people are gonna call me racist. Never mind. Okay, let's not go there. You have Resurrection, which is actually quite useful. Of course, assuming that there's no blue mage, but basically it's like, what's it called? Resurrection, which basically if your dragon dies while the spell is in effect, you deal area damage and you get your health back. Then you have basically a Death Gaze. It's sorcerer version of Umbral Spike. There is absolutely no difference between Umbral Spike and Death Gaze. Red spell, 1 rage, pretty simple. Storm Resist is definitely not one of the best, and it kind of hurts him, but overall, Itaru is kind of a fun dragon to use, especially if it's a cleanup dragon. The reason why is because, let's say there's like that one tower that's left. This guy can basically, if the blue mage is sanded, it doesn't matter if there's that right tower right there, you can click it, let you die basically, and while you're dying, this gets here. So let's say you have no rage, you use that, and over time, as you're in the spell and nothing can hurt you when you're already dead, right before you come back to life, you can kill the target with Umbral Spike. So it's quite nice because, as a cleanup dragon, he excels. Umbral Spike one-shots anything regardless of the level. So yeah, I mean, honestly, he's a decent cleanup dragon. So I would probably rate him a little bit above Scorch in terms of usability. He can be used on very difficult bases as long as there's no super high damage towers left. So that's why I would argue that he is maybe a 7 or 8, simply because of his usability with cleaning up. Oops, I forgot that when you click OK, it takes you there, and I don't have time for this. Sekhem. Okay, we're getting into the dragons that I know everybody's gonna be like, oh yeah, he's 10 out of 10, right? Okay, so Sekhem is just a beast of a hunter. He's really fun to fly. A lot of people like him. In fact, he's the only dragon that is a legendary in this tier that I got maxed out, that I got him all the way to level 30. Simply because he's a really fun dragon to fly. You have Sacrifice, and you have Steel Essence, and then you have Sand. Descanting, I'm going to go back to Descanting. Descanting Sand is one of the best spells in the game. If used correctly, you can set up huge bases. It's been used against No Mercy Harv, a maxed out base by Air Force. Overall, Sekhem is a really good dragon. He's also a hunter, which, I mean, if it's a hunter, then debatably always going to be good. Not really gargoyle. But no, Sekhem is a really fun dragon to fly. His skill set is very versatile, yeah. Because of Steel Essence, you can get this spell that you need for a particular situation. You know, you kill a Storm Tower, you get invincibility if all the blue mages are gone. Oh, you need Rage? Okay, you just use Sacrifice, and then you kill something that gives you a little bit of health back. And every single time you kill a building, you get a little bit of Rage back. So it's very effective in getting as much Rage as you need for that particular spell. Now, Fire Turret Resist, it used to be a lot better because Fire Turrets used to be on kill islands. However, you know, with the recent updates, it's mostly Fire Flax, Dark Flax, Ice Flax, and Ice Turrets. But, you know, you'll see the occasional Fire Turret on some bases, so definitely can be used against particular bases. Overall, I would definitely say he's an 8 or 9. He's a very, very solid dragon. You'll find a lot of use for him. He's good practice for a Hosset because just practicing, you know, hitting 2 towers at once with sand and all of that jazz. So definitely, I really suggest trying to get Sekhem, and I did it again. Man, I'm so stupid. Okay, here we go. All right, here we go. All right, Anapa. Can't kill anything. A tank, but can't kill anything. I would argue that this is the worst dragon in this tier. Bench it. Bench Anapa. Beautiful dragon. But the thing is, even with this and even with that, no way to heal. No way to really deal a ton of damage. Great resist. It's just a tank though. There's no heal. Warriors are really good with heals because it's a percentage, like heals do percentage amounts of health back, basically. So with hunters, it's really effective because that percentage health, so 40% of a warrior's HP is going to be much more HP returned than, let's say, a hunter at around the same level. Because hunters don't have nearly as much HP as warriors do. So having a healing spell is actually quite useful on hunters or warriors because it kind of keeps them going. Without that, and without a really good spell, it's just not an impressive dragon. Intimidating Roar honestly needs a buff. I've said it several times on the forums. I've said it to PG. It needs a buff. Please buff this thing because it just doesn't do enough damage. But yeah, I mean, overall, it's a tank, but I would rate it a 3 or 4 in usability because I never use this dragon, ever. And I got this dragon, like, really late too, so you kind of have to take that into account, but I see everybody trashing him, so I'm like, you know what, it's probably trash as well. Okay. Depression. Now, I didn't name this Depression just because it's a bad dragon. I actually named it Depression because, actually, you know what, I'm not going to spoil it. You know, I'm going to keep it secret between the people who were actually on that stream because it was quite a while ago. But he was my second Sapphire dragon to get, and that was that was definitely over a year ago that I got into Sapphire. But yeah, Depression, or Champa. He's a good dragon for XP bases, but since the change to Thunderstorm, not the best dragon. It used to be quite usable, actually. I actually really enjoyed flying him, but the thing is that now with this red, it can't, because you used to be able to use Thunderstorm even if there was a blue mage. If it was in the back of an island, you could still use it. But red mages now block the effects of it. So it's quite, I don't want to say useless, but it's not as useful as it was before. And honestly, I think them changing it to a red spell ruined a lot of dragons with it. So yeah, definitely great dragon against XP bases with this Frozen Tomb, but not the most ideal situation or the best dragon for attacking live bases, even undefended. So yeah, because you have to be able to kill a red mage or a blue mage to do anything at all, because none of these spells will do anything if there's a blue mage or a red mage sitting there. And that's really what you want to try to avoid when you have a sorcerer. So yeah, that's why, I mean, I would say maybe a 4 or 5. Honestly, I'm just not impressed. I wasn't when I got him, and I'm still not. Just doesn't do enough damage, unfortunately.